Gen Z explains history. In this episode, why did America use nukes against Japan? This is an interesting topic as it was a very controversial decision at the time and remains a topic of debate to the present day. The argument made by most for not dropping the atomic bombs was the civilian casualties caused by the bombs. The United States nuked both the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki with a population of 225,000 and 240,000 respectively. The fact that instead of only nuking one city but two made the sitting president of Harry S. Truman look unpopular immediately, especially after the rest of his term, including the Korean War, which in many people's minds did nothing but cause thousands of American deaths, accusation of his corruption in his cabinet, and the anti-communist red baiting of McCarthy in the Senate. But going back to the question of why America nuked Japan, we are going to be looking at two main reasons in this video. The first reason was that the operation to invade the Japanese mainland, which at the time was codenamed Operation Downfall, was estimated to have cost 1.7 to 4 million lives, which included 400,000 to 800,000 American lives, and 5 to 10 million Japanese, depending on the amount of resistance, which is expected to be very high, as the Japanese populace at the time was very devoted to the Emperor of Japan. The second reason, although more speculatory, was the Soviet Union. You may be wondering what the Soviets had to do with the dropping of the atomic bombs, but there was a lot of reason to do with the Soviets. Near the time of the dropping of the atomic bombs, the Soviet Union had just declared war on the then Japanese puppet of Manchukuo in the northeast Chinese region of Manchuria, which then put them at war with Japan. This worried the U.S., which had deteriorating relations with the nominal ally of World War II. This upset the U.S. because if the Soviet Union gained enough of a foothold in the war with Japan, it could have had more of a say in the matters of the occupation and surrender of Japan. This could have turned into an East and West Germany, or more likely a North and South Korea, where two sides are competing in an economic recovery and military recovery, which could have made the Cold War even worse economically for both sides. So stopping Soviet intervention in Japan as soon as possible could have been another reason for dropping the atomic bombs. Regardless of the reason that the atomic bombs were dropped in Japan, the United States and Japan stand as close allies together today, regardless of past tensions and conflicts.